Hi, all. Hope you've had a blessed day today. Tonight, I'd like to talk about John chapter 6, verse 51. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. Jesus used the feeding of the 5,000 to teach the truth about God's plan of salvation for mankind. Also, to announce some promises that were made for all who would believe in him. Jesus fed a multitude of hungry people with only 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish. But the truth he wanted them to know was much deeper than that. He was showing us that earthly food will only satisfy our physical needs and our earthly body temporarily. But he had come down to earth from heaven to provide us with heavenly food that will satisfy our spiritual needs and our souls forever. Jesus first compared himself to bread by calling himself the living bread, and that he came down to earth from heaven. He not only gave that hungry crowd bread to satisfy their earthly needs, but he made it clear that he is the spiritual nourishment that they needed, and the heavenly bread will satisfy their spiritual needs. And in addition, if anyone eats of this bread, if anyone feeds on him in their heart with faith, they will live forever. Very soon after that sermon, a myth had developed that when the Messiah arrived, he would feed them forever. Therefore, they were demanding more food for the belly, and they missed the truth that Jesus had given them spiritual bread that would feed the soul forever. During this sermon, Jesus mentioned that he had come down from heaven 7 times. When God says anything that important, we need to listen. But he felt it necessary to keep repeating his heavenly origin and emphasizing the truth that he not only gave them bread, but he is the living bread. He wanted those who were listening to understand that he was God's divine gift to humanity, and that only through believing in him would they find eternal satisfaction. His death on the cross paid the price for our sins. Believing in Jesus is the food that our soul requires to live forever. The bread of God that came down from heaven is Jesus Christ. This truth should rejoice our soul and give us the motivation to pass this on to the next generation and anybody who will listen. God bless you all.